started hawking just to help my mom because where I come from, my community, once your husband dies, you don't do any business for a year. Hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Grace Ezine Onoha. I'm popularly known as Zinidan. By the grace of God, I'm a model, I'm an actress, I'm also an entrepreneur. So, what you're going to be seeing is all about me, about my life, my experiences, my growth, the tough times, the good times, and how I want. So sit tight and enjoy. Please don't go anywhere. It all started in the year 2010. When I was growing up as a kid, I've always wanted to be a gynecologist. I've always wanted to be someone that people look up to. I've always wanted to be someone great. I've always wanted to be an influential person. And I come from a very beautiful, loving family, from a family of 6. And the sad history of my life started in the year 2010 when I lost my dad. As a kid then, I didn't understand what was happening until the day of his burial. It was as if my whole life was shattered, my dreams and everything. I never knew things were going to be tough. I didn't even understand what was going on because I thought someday I'll see him again. But unfortunately, till now, nothing has changed, and I've never seen him again. He had plans of sending me to the university, and he made a promise to me that he'll train me to any level of my choice because he loved me so much and I loved him so. I even loved him more than I loved my mom, sorry. After his burial, things got really, really hard. I started hawking just to help my mom because where I come from, my community, once your husband dies, you don't do any business for a year. So being the first daughter in my family, I had to take up responsibility. I started hawking from place to place. I did many types of hawking. I hawked pure water, I hawked fruits, just to put food on my family's table. It was not really easy because I had to deal with a lot of things. I was always ashamed whenever I see my classmates, some of them wearing their beautiful school uniforms and going to school every morning, while I only wake up to go to market. At a point, my brother joined me in the business of hawking. And the funny thing is, after 2 days, he had to quit because he was shy, and most of the times his pure water had to fall, and I backed it and told him to stop hawking with me. I continued hawking. Most times I'll just come back to my house with 60 naira, 120, 250, and that's what we were feeding with. None of my father's brothers or sisters came. It was a sad time for me and my family. And my kid sister, my mom's last born, she was just a year plus. She doesn't even know my father till now. I really felt for her. As God may have it, I went to live with someone, and another challenge of my life started. Though I was living with them, but I always missed my family. They had everything of comfort, everything that gives life comfort, and everything that makes one comfortable. But it was as if I was in hell. I missed my small family, although we didn't have much, but it was a safe haven for me. I started living with them 2011, and life was tough. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I wish I joined my father, and sometimes I wished I never existed. At a point, I developed low self-esteem because of the comments people do make and because of how bad the people I was living with treated me. But one good thing is, no matter what happened, my mom was always there. Sometimes when I feel like I can't continue, I just had to run to her. I just had to talk to her. And she helped a great deal. I stayed with these people for some years. And when I was about to write my senior WAEC, they told me that I should wait for the next year, that I shouldn't join my classmates then. And going to school with them was one of the hardest things to do. And I pray that anyone I love, even my children, will not experience that. Most times I'm being sent out of school. I lived with them for so many years, but they never got me anything. Nothing new was happening. It was just as if I was running in circles and I was helpless. There are so many things that happened during those times that I can't even say. Like sometimes if I remember them, I'll feel broken, I'll feel shattered. I struggle with a lot of pedophiles, a lot of people who takes care of naive girls. But the good thing is I was victorious. God was always there for me. So the year I was supposed to write my WAEC, I didn't write it because there was no money to write my WAEC, even while living with them. The following year came, they said the same thing, but my mom had to come in, and my super mom paid for my WAEC. I wrote WAEC, and I left school. When I left school, I had to go back to my mom's house and continued working. I've done so many works, I've done so many jobs. One time I joined people in picking scraps and selling them at one place like that they called Old Court here in Aba. So I did many businesses with people. I did many menial works just to help my family. But sometimes the more I work, it's as if nothing is even working. And it got to a point I started feeling depressed. Most times I'll just feel like, why not just die? Why not just do something and die? Why not just stop existing? I was thinking that my life was miserable until I met one person, and that person was my stepbrother. He was blind. But one good thing about him was, even in his state of being blind, he was so hardworking. He never let anything get to him. He was successful and he had everything going for him. So I stayed with him for some time. He kept on encouraging me. Luckily for me, I had friends that helped out with words of encouragement. So whatever you're doing in this life, make sure you are surrounded by people who see the same visions as you, people who motivate you to become better. Once you are in a circle of friends or in a circle of relationship with people and all you get is bad energy, please move. Because bad energies then almost made me take some decisions I know I would regret. 2017 passed, 2018, I was working with Globalcon then as a SIM-rich registration agent. And we traveled to places. It was fun working with them, but it was also hell because I have to trek to different locations. I had to go different places, canvassing and registering people's SIM cards then, until my mom said I should stop the business because we were always traveling and I was always walking about, trekking, selling. I know how many times God saved me from accidents. My mom said I should stop. So I had to stop and started learning a skill. While learning the skill, it was not funny too because there was no means of getting money. And my mom was the only one catering for us, catering for my sisters and I. Although I helped out sometimes when I had money, maybe someone dashed me money. But what happened in 2018 taught me a very big lesson. Always forgive and always forget. It is one way of freeing yourself from hate. It is one way of freeing yourself from malice. It is one way of freeing yourself from depression. I almost lost it in 2018. I almost joined bad gang and bad group because of what happened. But look at me today. I am strong and I'm still breathing. And my crown is still fixed on my head. And I don't bring down my head if not when I want to admire my shoes. A lot of things has happened in my life that maybe by now I should have maybe gotten married to just anyone to save myself the stress. But I'm still standing tall because I had this consciousness that I want to be someone in life. I had this consciousness that I want to be a great woman. And I think all those things that happened, the challenges of life that I faced or I encountered only made me strong. Because from one phase of my struggles to the other, I always emerged victorious, and it only made me work harder so that I'll give my children the best and I'll also give my family the best. God knows I wouldn't want anybody close to me to suffer the same things I suffered. And I'm not trying to boast with the suffering, but trust me, it made me strong to be who I am today. 2019, I contested for Aditim. It was a local pageant in my village, and I didn't win. And that was my first time in modeling agency. I didn't even know anything about modeling because I just represented my sister. Then after then, I found a new passion in modeling, and I had to take it up from there. 2020 came, I contested for Miss Most Elegant Male and Female Model in Nigeria, and I won as the top model. And I carried out different pet projects, and I was awarded, I was given an award of a humanitarian queen. And since then, my life has really changed. I'm not saying I've gotten to the peak of where I want to be, but at least I'm in the limelight now. Let me just use that word. Don't think I'm bragging or don't think I'm being too proud. But contesting for Most Elegant Male and Female Model in Nigeria 2020 really taught me a lot. It taught me that no matter what happens, a queen is always there to take up responsibilities. And now I no longer see my challenges or the challenges I face as mere battles. I just saw them as responsibilities. And being a queen, I had to tackle the challenges heads on. I never gave up. 2021, I also contested for Miss Campus International 2021, and I won as Miss Campus International East Queen. And it has been from glory to glory. It has been from grace to grace. I now have my own business. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I now have my own business, and although I'm still working towards making it a very standard and stable business empire. But guess what? No matter what's happened, I never give up. And not even for once did I talk about giving up. Although I had plans of ending my life then. But now, when I'm thinking about how far I've come, the things I've been able to achieve, and the struggles, I just know that the future is bright. And to every woman listening to me now, or anyone listening to me, I just want to tell you that no matter what happens, don't think low of yourself. Don't even look down on yourself. The only time your eyes should be down is when you're admiring your shoes. Like for me, I think the best place to look up to is your crown. When you're seeing your crown, know that it is a responsibility and you are strong, you're beautiful. And some people do say that God gives his toughest battles to the toughest warriors. And although sometimes I used to think I don't want to be a warrior anymore, I just want to be a princess and enjoy life. But being a warrior made me understand that no one has it all. And to be a warrior means that you're strong. So to all my ladies out there, just know you're strong, you're beautiful, you can always do it. Don't even let anybody, not even any man. I'm not trying to sound like a feminist, but don't let any man tell you you don't worth it. Because I heard so many people told me no. So many men told me no. Some people I went to meet for business deals always told me to use what I have to get what I want. But it all depends on you. And the worst thing a man or woman can do in this life is selling your pride. Just know that whenever you do, it always backfires. No matter what you do, not sell your pride and your dignity. And the worst thing any man or woman can do in this life is selling your pride. No matter what happens, do not sell yourself short. Protect your pride and your dignity, because in the end, that is all that matters. Thank you.